Other guys, are you wondering how to improve the results of your website? I'm Zaid. I'm a freelance web designer and I'm on a mission to empower small business owners through these short videos. I'm going to be showing you in this video, I'm going to be showing you one of the most important things you need to focus on to improve the performance of your website. And that one thing is user experience. Now, obviously, as the business owner, I understand that you don't really care. Let's be honest. You just want the bottom line, which is you want, at the end of the day, you want the website to perform its job, which is either to have these to have your visitor contact you for your services or to sell your product. I understand that, but it's very important for you to understand what leads to that point, and what leads them to contacting you. Okay, because just because you have a website doesn't mean that you're going to get business. Because the user experience must be correct. It must be correctly set up for that to happen. So specifically in terms of user experience, there's a few things I want to show you and to consider. And obviously, you might have a website already, and if you're not happy with the performance, then you've got to, this is definitely for you, this information. So the first thing, and also just by the way, user experience, also it improves long-term SEO of your website and how Google sees and perceives and the search engines, how they perceive your website and your brand. And then also obviously improves the actual user experience. If I'm a visitor and I land on your website, this is one of my clients, and I'm using this as an example because they've got a ton of information on this website. And we were, the challenge was to get it as organized as possible. Because as you will see, when it comes to user experience, it's very important to keep things, the feeling must be calm and in control. You want to make them feel like they are in control of the experience, and it must be calm and not overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? If it's overwhelming and it's confusing, you will most likely lose the visitor. There's something called bounce rate. So bounce rate basically means if I land on this website and and I just leave, that's called bounce rate. That's pretty common with every single website out there to have a fairly high bounce rate, unfortunately. But the goal of what we do and what we try to do is to lower the bounce rate. In other words, to get them to land here and then to click on somewhere to go further into the site. And again, that's very important in Google sees that activity, and you want to make sure that people aren't just bouncing off immediately, and then, so what you want to look at is, got my notes here. So you want to lower the bounce rate, as I said, and you want to try and increase the time that they spend on your site. Okay, obviously that's critically important. And then how to do that? You want to make sure that the website is first of all mobile optimized, because most people use mobiles, 70 or 80%. How you can do that is obviously this is mobile optimized. I'll show you quickly. I'm just going to choose one of these here. Basically, I mean, I'm sure you are aware of what that means is that it looks good on mobile, on desktop, but also on mobile. It fits in perfectly, kind of thing. Like you see here. And a nice way for you to check is for you to just go to Google Mobile Test and simply just search Google Mobile Test and then simply put your URL in here. So this one would be I will leave that to run. Okay, so that's the mobile factor. And then easy navigation is critically important. You want people to easily find it. So if they land here and they see, okay, cool, this is bespoke, custom built hardwood furniture. Okay, great. So you want to make it easy and organized for them to get to where they want to be. So I want to check out let's say I want to go check out the dining room stuff. Let's check what's happening there while it loads. Still loading. So this is the dining room. So it's clearly taking them to where they want to be. There's a bunch of information here. It's a very good user experience. It answers all the questions they might have. And of course, there's a bit of a gallery here as well. This is a good user experience because it answers all the questions I might have, which then leads me to then wanting to contact you. You see. So that's that. And then in terms of easy navigation, okay, modern design principles. So I was going to show you an example of a really extreme example of old design principles. This is old school. This is an extreme example, though. It's not mobile optimized. It's really bad. But you'll be shocked at how many modern, up-to-date, modern businesses have outdated websites that are not mobile friendly and they just look horrific. So this is an extreme example of what I'm talking about here, right? So the mobile test, you see, mobile friendly, and that's good enough. And that's how you check it. Okay. So, and then of course, site speed is also important. So let me just show you another client of mine. Out in kitchens, I was going to show you this example as well. So again, it's all about designing your dream kitchen, simple, to the point. But the reason why we've put these here as the call to action is because if you are looking for a kitchen designer, you want to know first of all more about them, and you also want to see their work. You want to make sure that it's good enough to for you to invest in. You know, it's a lot of money. So that's why we don't say, yeah, just get a quote. You see, so what you want to do is design based on what what you assume that your website visitor will want next. That's how we design. We design for user experience. You see, so every single website is slightly different depending on the actual business and the product or service they sell, but also more importantly, I design based on what my client, what their user wants, what their potential client wants to see and experience. You see. And of course, again, follows all the modern design principles. And let me just check something here quickly with regards to if you want to see site speed, which is also very important. Rule of thumb is you want to try and, if it's under 3 seconds load time, it's good enough. And obviously you can work on getting it faster and faster, but that obviously requires more resources, and it depends on the actual business owner if they want to invest in further resources to make it even faster. So let's leave that to load. So yeah, I just want to recap quickly. The critical things is you want to consider the fact that you want to try and lower the bounce rate. You want to try and increase the time on your site, and how to do that is you want to make sure it's mobile optimized, because many people use their mobile phone to check out websites. Okay, you want to make sure that otherwise you're just going to lose them. They're just going to bounce off your website, right? Make sure that the navigation is critically important to be so easy and flawless, and just you want them to feel calming and in control. Again, that helps with these factors. Modern design principles, obviously, again helps, and then of course site speed, because that's when they come to your website. If it takes too long to load, you're going to lose them. Okay, and it's also Google checks all of these things, right? So this is more than good enough. This is like under not even 2 seconds, so it's pretty good. Grade B is fantastic. Remember, these servers, this is a speed test. Now, their servers they're testing from is from Canada. So what they say is that this is South Africa, obviously. So generally, we should be an A grade technically, right? But yeah, these stats are more than sufficient in the eyes of Google and for the user. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So to test your speed, just go to gtmetrics.com, and punch in your URL and check it out. And then, yeah, that's it. So that's all I wanted to cover. I wanted to keep these videos as short and as sweet as possible. I wanted to be as value focused as possible, and I've got many more to come. If you found it helpful and you need some help with your website, let me know. Send me a DM and we can get the conversation going. Cheers.